Okay, this will be an interesting one. See how we go with this. The nerds will inherit the copier world. Yes, they will, folks. Ah, oh, fuck that. Stupid. I don't know how this one's going to look. Let's see what we've got. Got here. It's a Picasso notebook, some kind of a blank, unruled notebook, and it says it on the back that it's Pablo Picasso. Whatever, we won't bother going into detail. This is an interesting piece. Piece of Picasso. Bit of the old establishment of art, that sort of shit. He would have been pretty up to the minute back in his heyday when he was still alive, but he's become now like a piece of establishment, which a lot of people these days thrive on. It's being stiff and stuffy and sort of yeah, that looks interesting. Looks a bit moody. Now we're just going to move it down a bit, just enlarge it a bit off. But it's an interesting piece, even though it's not my cup of tea. I'm not into all the masters when it comes to the art. I do find it's a bit too established. A little bit boring. Now we're just going to move that down a bit. But it's really boring in my opinion, these old masters. Yeah, that looks better. It's good to have a little bit of space at the top where a head is. I don't like I don't know if I like it. Wondering where the centre of the job is going to be. Oh, we've got the corner of the thing. I wonder if we're going to enlarge that off or we're going to leave it. I actually think we're going to do something different. Add a background colour, otherwise it looks shit house. I'm going to lose the copy density to this. But I'm really missing a loved one, and I'm trying to get my stuff to go to air on television to showcase my creativity, so I can find my partner Luigi, who knows my stuff and loves it. He really does. I don't like that red. Maybe we can use that as a master copy. Pardon the pun, the old master. Get it? Art, master, Shit, that's disgusting. That's stupid. But most people, art is a very difficult thing to break into. Trying to make your work, I don't know how people like Picasso in his day was able to get anywhere, because it's really difficult trying to get your art recognised. And we've got social media, and we've got, of course, the mainstream media, television, which I'm trying to break into. And yet we still don't seem to have much traction. And it must have been a real challenge for artists in their day, before all this media and social media stuff. How did they become famous? And it was all through art galleries and shit. Very difficult, and socialising and all that. Really difficult. Now that looks kind of interesting. I think we could use that. I'm going to use that. See, centre. So it really is. It's almost a case of hats off to the artists of those days, long before the internet, long before television, or even when television was on. But television in those days would have been in black and white, and they didn't have television back in Van Gogh's day. I think Pablo Picasso did get some television exposure, but it's not, I don't know if that was where it started, or whether it started because he was making ripples in the art world, because most artists these days, or back in those days, even in the 90s, were using just the art exhibitions that they did to get around. They just get around, they mix with people and smooge with people, get their name around the traps. It takes a long time, but it has worked, and never worked for me, but I'm not interested in that scene anymore. I actually find the art scene quite distasteful. I want to get on television first, because I've got to get in touch with a loved one that I've missed, and I need to be on television to find him, and I'm having trouble separating these pages. They're sticking together like fuck. But basically I'm just have no time to do the art gallery world, and it's expensive, and there's lots of, I don't think my work would sell unless I had some kind of coverage with the media. That's how it works for me. Anyway, that's Pablo Picasso reimagined.